Welcome back to Flop Live. The flopic, so to speak, today is that Rec Room laid off half of their staff, but I think you all know that by now, via every RecTuber on the face of the earth making a video about this topic. The reason they had to fire so many people was due to them having too big of a goal, too big of a vision. And sadly, they were just losing too much money to keep funding that vision. Now, I think I might know one of the reasons for this happening. I can't quite lay my finger on it, but I'm pretty sure it was something they were blowing their money on that no one cared about, and in return from blowing that money, added nothing to the game. Not too sure what it is. I'll make sure to tell you guys when I figure it out though. But the main point of this video is that if Rec Room continued the same business practice for a couple years, they would be out of money by 2029. If they kept doing this, they would be bankrupt, which is a little insane to me. You're saying that we were living off of 4 years left of runtime? We were on the brink of extinction, quote unquote, sort of? Kind of crazy. But now, because of the layoffs, they sort of dodged bankruptcy in 4 years' time, via firing half of their employees, including Harry. Oh, you thought I was gonna play the clip? My gosh, dude, this is very serious. I am not playing that clip.
Can you guys go back to your dorm rooms and change to a different race, please?
But in all seriousness, Harry and everyone else that got fired was a big part of Rec Room, and it's actually really sad to see him go. Some had been there since the start, like Sean and Terrence. But besides that, if Rec Room kept doing the same business practice, they would have to lay off everybody. So, it's for the best. Anyways, here's Rec Room's quick Q&A. Do they have any debt? No, they don't have any debt, which is surprising. Is UGC revenue growing? Yes, July was the highest it has ever been. It's growing about 70% year over year. And that is pretty good, not gonna lie. Are creator earnings growing? Yes, we paid out more to creators in July than any previous month in our history, which is also amazing. Now, one of the big questions, if UGC revenue is growing, then why the layoffs? And to summarize all of this, basically they have really close margins because they believe the creators who made the items should be paid well, which is very nice of them. But in doing that, Rec Room ultimately earns less revenue, especially from things like UGC. So every time someone buys a UGC item, they don't get a whole lot of that potential revenue. So even though it is growing, it's not an exponential growth with their own revenue, if that makes any sense. In the end, its growth rate ate into what they were making and didn't help their overall spending problem, which is why the layoffs eventually happened. This is definitely a big change for Rec Room, so many things going on, but I think overall, Rec Room is finally trying to move in the right direction. And as long as we know they're trying, that's good enough for me. It's still sad that they had to fire half their staff to realize that they were spending too much money, and that their vision with AI and letting anyone create anywhere weren't going to work out, but we live and we learn. And I really hope Rec Room learns. But anyways, that's all for me today. Sorry for the bit more serious tone, but this is a much more serious topic than my other videos, so. But as always, thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.